Here we have the flying boat. A flying boat aircraft design, also known as the Whitman airliner. This curious flying machine was never built. It would have been the largest flying boat ever. It had 20 wings, dozens of windows, back in the day, experimental aircraft like these were thought to be the future, but that future never came. Next we have this. Another flying airship from the old days. This is what it would have looked like. This is the LZ-2. A special dirigible. This is the upper part. And this is the lower part. The control bridge is up here. It has dozens of rotating fans, helping it increasing speed and balance. This is the internal design, the schematics. Again, fantastic aircraft. But nothing ever came from this as well. Just think of all those hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions of inventions that never got built. All of their inventors died in obscurity, some without nothing. They could have a glorious future. These people could have even changed the future, the world, the layout of the world. But they got nothing. This is a design for a racing plane car. I've never seen this before. This is the DB or the GB Atlanta. The A105 GB Atlanta. It has racing number 57. This was an experimental plane car. I believe this was actually built, but it doesn't exist anymore. Or perhaps it was never built. Perhaps its aerodynamic tail means that it would have picked a lot of speed and made it faster. It has 3 wheels. Anything that has less than 4 wheels or more than 4 wheels is very eccentric. And not as common. This was a racing car. This is another experimental aircraft, a flying boat. It was designed for the US Army, but it never got built because nobody wanted flying boats, because they had helicopters. I'm not sure. I think they missed a great opportunity. If not for the army, then for regular people. This one has a glider attached to a boat with a fan, a rotating motor. This seems very practical. This can work. Maybe as a fisherman or as a family vehicle. This is another experimental aircraft. This is a atomic helicopter. Another vehicle that was supposed to be atomic. Now again, the reason this was never built is because atomic energy is all a lie, like I mentioned in my previous video. This is how it would have looked like. It would have a double, quadruple rotating blade fan. 8 blades in total. It will be the size of a blimp. Powered by an atomic engine. But like I said, it's impossible. All those nuclear disasters in the past, they would have ruined everything. And the fact that we're still alive is proof that atomic energy is nothing but a scare tactic. And that's why this plane wasn't built. If people are asking, why don't we have atomic planes, atomic cars, atomic trucks, trains? This is why. The atomic age was all a lie. The designs were real, but the power source behind them was all a lie. It was all a deception to keep the public distracted and occupied with something, promising them a future that never came. Another experimental aircraft. This is a passenger plane with 8 engines, 4 on each side. This would have been a hypersonic passenger plane. One of the earliest designs for a hypersonic passenger plane. This is from the 50s or 60s, maybe 80s. This plane never got built. Here we have the Sikorsky S-65 compound helicopter design. The idea is to create a helicopter plane, a plane helicopter. Basically a combination between a plane and a helicopter. I think this looks very cute. There were supposed to be a dozen version of these, including other ones which I'll show you in another video. This aircraft was never. This was supposed to become a standard flying system, but it didn't materialize. Here is another one. It was called Trans-State Airlines. And another one. This is the N61164. I think this is very inventive, combining 2 machines or aircraft together. I guess people weren't interested. This is a design for a futuristic plane submarine. This vehicle was designed to go both on land, both on water, and in the sky. The large amphibian could land and take off from both ground and water. The large amphibian would operate city center to city center using large rivers and harbors found in most major cities. This is where the cargo would have gone. This futuristic thing was never built. The color is a great choice for this. Gold. This is another experimental vehicle that was never built. A submarine ship. A ship submarine. A torpedo submarine ship. A heavily armored submarine ship. This was never built. Just look at all these missed opportunities. And think of the people who drew these. Real people drew these. People like you and me. They never got to see their creations come true. This is another experimental car that I like very much. This is from the 70s. This is the Alfa Romeo Carabo Bertone. There was only one of these built, but it was never mass produced. It was never mass manufactured. This is the only prototype. I like this green design, the green and the black. Best choice for this type of layout car. I'm showing you only the vehicles that I like.